episode could end right here and it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
An asshole. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are here to start off a series that I have been excited to get into. Again? Sorry, I'm also now remembering the old toonami promo trailers for original Mobile Suit Gundam, which was Time to Suit Up. And then when they did the Origin promo trailers, Time to Suit Up for the first time. Again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh...
Okay. That's not confusing at
all.
all.
Because Origin comes before the original, so it's Time to Suit Up for the first time. Again, referencing our previous trailer. Anyway, I think it needs to be said up front that, of course, you and I have both individually seen this before.
Yes.
My last contact with it has obviously been anytime I've ever looked up Zex versus Wing Zero, the first thing in the show, but to have watched the series itself, literally way back when it came out on Toonami the first time. You?
Same thing. It was Toonami all the way. Especially the Midnight Run.
I think both. I think I probably watched it when I came home from school, and then later on in the evening. Although I'll say, not that I would have noticed the changes, really. There is the element, though, at play here. Oh, obviously, I should also mention, of course, me and Griffin did watch Endless Waltz here for one of our Christmas special things because, you know, it takes place during Christmas. Where a lot of people complained that we just talked over a lot of it and made fun of it because, of course, we did.
Yeah.
The point being here, though, is that I never looked at Gundam Wing critically, even though people say you don't look at anything critically, you just nitpick. Whatever I do, whatever the format of what we do here on the channel is, we're going to apply it to Gundam Wing for essentially the first time. Meaning that in the future, there's going to be notes, there's going to be a board, we're going to talk about the show. Yeah. I don't know about you, I didn't talk about Gundam Wing to anybody, I just watched it.
Yeah, it wasn't well, I mean, I was in internet culture back in the day, but internet was pretty slow, so I wasn't really in anime side of the internet. It was Babylon 5 or something else, or not anime. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever really talked to anybody online about anime way back when. I think the earliest stuff I was talking to people on online about was, I've mentioned Star Trek to you before, but Doctor Who mostly. Like Doctor Who episodes, you know, when when they started coming out with new Doctor Who episodes again.
2001,
yeah. Talking to people when those episodes would come out live about, oh my god, this thing happened. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. So anyway, that is the thing. Of course, we just recently finished Gundam Seed Destiny, Gundam Seed Destiny Freedom, etc., etc., etc. And this is the show that we're picking up after that in our long line of endless Gundam. Before we head into the actual series, though, I think we should enter it in the same way a lot of people did, which is say, let's watch a promo of some sort. Some random promo that may have come out at the same time, or nearest the same time that the first episode did, to get us in line with thinking, hey, here's the first... Is it the first or the second? It's the first, isn't it?
G Gundam. You talk about outside of UC...
No, not out... Yeah, outside of UC. Sorry, I thought you meant outside of Japan. I know it's the first one that most all Americans, actually, all Americans...
Yeah.
All Americans that weren't importing anime had their first taste of.
Yeah, this was the one that broke through. I think a lot of people, because it had a kind of formula that the people understood, like the giant robot with the 5-man or 5-kid band, you know, a very high tempo music.
New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, kind of thing. So, yeah. Which is, not that far off. Well, except for the personalities, I suppose.
No, you got the bad boy. You got the sensitive one.
The sporty one.
Anyway, I mentioned us bringing up a promo. Let's go ahead and hop on in and reintroduce ourselves to...
Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was trying to remember the name of the. It's not the future timeline. I can't remember the timeline off the top of my head all of a sudden.
I think it's Colony era. No.
Yeah, it's Colony something. And
Yeah.
we'll find out. It'll tell us, obviously, in the first 5 seconds. Maybe not the promo, the show, though. Oh, the best scene, the birthday scene.
So that's Hiro Yui's Japanese voice saying, "I'm Hiro Yui." I guess they're introducing each one of themselves. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. That's pretty short. They introduce it. He said him, and I think who's his other voice?
Which is the best part of the song. So
yeah. 5 o'clock local time. Yeah.
Literally,
and so
it's a 48-second promo, right? Of 3 different promos. I feel like that I had to click on to make sure it wasn't looping at like the 47-second mark.
Yeah, it was like it seems like they're repeating it, but it seems to be Hiro Yui talking about, "I'm Hiro Yui, and I'm going to do this," and then I'm guessing that's
clearly just a voice clip of something he said in the show.
Yeah, Seeks. His voice actor coming like, "Oh, I don't want
but you mean Sex?
Sex. Yeah, I don't know why I say Seek.
Sex Marquise, actually. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I never said the last name right, only because when I had to Google his name, Google's like, "Did you mean?" It's like, that's not the way I've been pronouncing it.
Yeah,
that's all right. I'll just call him. Spoiler. Not for us, but possibly for people. I don't know what I can do here. The element that we've seen it a long time ago, he is my favorite character, as can be noted in the art below. Clearly, I would. When what was the show where I said, "Who do you want to be drawn as?" And I said, one person is off the table, and you were like, "Oh, so I can't be this person?" I was like, "Yeah, you can." I didn't think you would pick that character.
Legend of Galactic Heroes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, where I thought the right pick would be obvious, but then again, that is what makes us a pretty good duo. I feel like is the fact that we do not have anywhere close to the same interpretation. I mean, we'd have nothing to talk about if we were the same person. So yeah, who did you get drawn as again?
It wasn't duo. I think it was Ling Fang. Yeah, I think that's his name.
My problem is that sounds a lot like a character from 00, which is actually kind of ironic to come find out that 00 is a reinterpretation of Wing anyway. So, yeah, it was a surprising pick that you didn't pick. I know he's one of like the Fave 5 main characters, but he is so low tier on the main character spectrum that I just wouldn't think you'd pick that one.
Yeah, I think he was the one that I remember the most. I mean, Hiro Yui is, of course, or Yui Hiro, I suppose that's his real name in Japanese. He's the one that, he's the main character.
But you're saying you remember him the most. That's literally the character I think appears the least in the show.
I know.
In my memory, it's like Hiro Yui, Duo Maxwell. The one I want to say is Tro Barton, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. The rich kid. Yeah. Quattro Rababa winner. Sorry. And then Troa Barton. And then the guy you're talking about. I remember the circus clown more than I do this guy. Plus, because he has more episodes. Like, he's like, throw a knife at my head, hop into the wood. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. He has more scenes than your guy. Your guy gets a standoff with Trey's, and that's all I really remember about him. Well, it's who you picked. I can't explain it. I guess there's nothing left to do but to hop into the episode, because again, all we can do is spoil stuff that we already know. But it will also be like a refresher, because stuff we know could just be misremembering. It's been
definitely
over 20 years.
More than 20 years, yeah. Close to 30.
All right, well, let's go ahead and hop on in and remember.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
One of the best anime songs out there. Actually, the 90s had some kick-ass music.
I mean, it's
But I think
certainly
the-
the best OST, but I mean, again, I don't know if that's just nostalgia.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, well, here's the thing. IBO, Iron Blooded Orphans, has a lot of really good OST songs in it.
Yeah.
But together, like all put together, I don't think that they still match Gundam Wing.
Mm.
And those of you that don't know, we have to talk over the opening for like copyright reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And the sound gets muted on YouTube, but on Patreon, at least the music's still there. We just have to talk over it. And for the life of me, I'll always remember it as just one beat. Just wild beat. I know, there's a bit of English going on in that.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But I think just wild, so just one beat makes
I
more
think
sense.
she also did music for Seed as well, I think.
I don't
Tall
know.
Geese.
Oh, yeah, Tall Geese is the best. Only beaten by Tall Geese 2, which itself is only beaten by Tall Geese 3. I should also note that when we rewatch this for our notes, we're clearly going to be rewatching it in English. It was a
no,
debate.
those are not Leos. Actually,
no, they are. Well, they are Leos. We had we literally had a debate amongst ourselves if we should watch this in English or Japanese.
Yeah, this is actually clearer beginning that where you see that the Earth Federation or the Earth
Gundam Wing gun
Alliance
tanks. I don't remember those.
Yeah. After Colony. Operation Meteor.
連合に反目する一部のコロニー居住者たちは流星に偽装した新兵器を地球に送り込む行動に出た。だがこの作戦はすでに連合本部に察知されていた。
You know, I have such little regard to the Alliance in this show.
Yeah.
Probably because they don't last very long. Like, I don't know episodically, because, again... This show has a lot more episodes than I remember there actually being.
Oh, yeah, with the International Space Station is still around.
Of course he is. He's everywhere you need him to be.
Oh, that's a cool design.
Look, you're never gonna beat his English voice. As opposed to Operation V.
I do like this graphics.
I never imagined Zex saying the word dandy. I do remember back in the day, one time I do remember having a debate about anime with people. Who would win, Char versus Zex? Hard debate to have because I don't know who the fuck Char was.
Yeah.
But I believe the argument always came down, Zex wins in gravity, Char wins in space.
Well, I think she has the same voice actress as what's her name? Char's sister. Blanking out.
Starts with an S.
Yeah, I know.
Last name starts with an M. It's not really an obstacle. We've got all the room in the world.
補足しました。モニターに移します。やはりそうか。あれが新たな戦を生み落とす戦争の卵。
No, we just finished Seed.
Yeah.
民間シャトルが前にいる以上、減速するしかあるまい。
No, Hero's actually an asshole.
Yeah, he's about to kill them.
Hero is a bit of a Yazik, if you think about it. We all know how much you rallied that Yazik needed to be killed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hero never actually. Well,
he was literally about to do it.
Yeah, but he didn't. I think he thinks himself more of a.
No, that's later.
Yeah, he thinks he's more of a badass than he is, or a bad boy, I think.
Oh shit, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a representative of the colony, so it makes sense that he would know. It makes a little less sense that he's going back to Earth on the day that Operation Meteor is happening. Also, that Hero was about to kill him.
Yeah.
Also, you know, machine gun fire is never going to work ever.
Yeah.
Literally in almost every Gundam show ever. Vulcans and down. You don't have to accept the missions that you give yourself.
No, I think he got a sign. You know, he got a radio.
No, I think Hero's just fucking insane. Hearing those voices again. Again, as I always say that Zex is the fucking best. He takes on a Gundam in the lowest tier mobile suit possible at disadvantage. Yeah, only after. Only specifically after.
After, yeah.
Back to the days when a Gundam didn't form from multiple parts.
No effect.
I mean, it propelled him. But it's still explosion worthy. and the biggest hand cannon I ever remembered in any Gundam show. Psychopath. But you can't take out Zex like that. Yeah, I even like specifically how they animated the leg clutch. You mean lunar titanium?
機体は無事でも、あの命知らずのパイロットは死んだはずだ。
Don't count him out though.
I see no reason why you wouldn't think Zex would be right. He did kind of fall from orbit with very little to slow him down.
JAP. Yeah.
手柄を焦る軍隊に良い未来はないな。
Looks like Gibraltar base from Seed.
I think this is supposed to be Oz.
No, I think it's a civilian airport. It looks like the Gibraltar base.
I mean, you're attacking the colonies first, so.
I think they're oppressing the colonies. They're not attacking them. Or the colonies are actually already oppressed. As we saw in the opening, when they're literally against the wall. I wonder if General Septim's gonna have a voice denoting his name.
Yeah. And she just walked home.
He does. He literally just brought it up. Yeah, I don't think this isn't pre-cell phones. It's just there's not many or easy available.
Yeah.
Trays. Yeah, it's not that I expected you to have like yourself drawn as hero. I thought you would be drawn as trays.
15年前、このオズに私と君がいたら、こんな不手際にはならなかっただろうがな。やはり、あれはガンダム。他に考えられまい。連合が宇宙に対するチェックが甘すぎた。連合のマリーナがあの機体を回収しようとしていますが、それはこちらに任せてもらっていい。君には海中探査の特別隊を送るから、あとは頼んだぞ。は、分かっているだろうが、今は大事の前だ。 連合を刺激するような真似はしたくない。了解しております。
Yeah, not for a few episodes anyway.
Yeah.
遅れまして。トレーズ特佐、君の部下が大気圏突入の際、モビルスーツ3機を失ったという報告を受けたが。はい。それが何か。貴様はたかが反乱分子の制圧に3機もしたんだぞ。
Again, the English voice is what I'm used to. He's not nasally enough.
私が言っているのは結果ではない。貴様は連合軍の貴重な戦力を何と考えているんだ。
You think these are big losses? Wait.
それは兵士に対してでしょうか。それとも モビルスーツに対してですか？貴様、私を苦労するのか。まあまあ。
Yes, yes, he is.
今後もあることだ。注意するように。は。さて、本日の議題であるコロニー間の連帯阻止の件だが、所詮連合軍は平和に慣れすぎている。これからの時代は我々が作ろう。
I mean, are they? I mean, they're literally planning to stop the colonies from talking to one another. That doesn't seem complacent. If you're still making plans, you're still thinking about stuff.
No one can see my face.
If she doesn't see my mouth, she won't be able to recognize me. Technically, he did set foot on the Earth. But he's also... Take that, Doc.
Yeah.
I legit can't think of another anime character who is so inept at killing themselves.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a change.
Okay.
Or did she... Sorry, now it's the element of remembering, right?
Yeah.
Did she become Relina Peacecraft later? Because I just remember her always being Relina Peacecraft.
No, I think she becomes later. Stuff happens.
I remember that Zex has to remember himself, but I thought Relina always knew. The other guy, I thought you probably would have been.
Troa, no, this is Duo.
Yeah, it's Duo. Duo in the Death Scythe. What do you mean, Troa?
Yeah, because it's the Sand...
No, that's... the Sand guy is Quattro Bobber Winner. I thought you fucking remembered this show. Heavy Arms.
Been a while. Yeah, Heavy Arms.
That's true.
He was that. Yeah, that's true.
In essentially the worst of the Gundams.
I like the fact it has so many guns. So.
Yeah, but gunfire is the least effective thing ever. Now this is Quattro. You can tell because of the sand.
Yeah.
It's coarse and it gets everywhere. Also the element, he's the only one with 100% backup. Oh, and he's got the curry blades. I can't remember.
Yeah. The scimitars. No, the scythes. Oh.
Yeah, no, they're not. No, they have a very specific name. That's not it. And this has to be your boy now.
Yeah, it's not going to be him for a while, forever. Yeah, he's clone guy.
Yeah, which I also thought was pretty dumb, but...
Flamethrowers. I don't remember that part.
That's the only part I remember. Well, I remember the long arm and the flamethrower, but
Wu Fang.
It is not typically flamethrowers are a super effective weapon in Gundam. You know, not unless pilots survived somehow, failed to kill themselves, hijacked a ambulance, then hijacked a different DC operation vehicle, which...
No, there's 5 of them.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy with the fluffy hair's name. That's right here on the right-hand side of the screen. You can't see him.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's Char and Dren. It's a pink car. Get it? Because Relina's in it.
ゃらないなんて珍しいですわね。仕方ありませんわよ。リリーナ様は昨日宇宙から帰っていらっしゃったばかりですもの。いいですわね。私も一度でいいから宇宙へ行ってみたいですわ。
Space is the place.
学園一のお金持ちは違いますわね。そういえば明日はリリーナ様のお誕生日じゃありませんこと。
It's really easy to inform us about a character when everybody at school just talks about them.
Openly and and being jealous of her too.
おはよう。
I do like this style of dress.
お静かに。皆さんに新しいお友達を紹介いたします。
ヒーローユイです。よろしく。
間違いない。あの子だわ。ヒーロー君はリリーナさんのお隣に座って。わからないことがあれば何でもリリーナさんに聞くといいでしょう。
How convenient.
Well, also very convenient that he knows who she is, like implying that he heard her say her name or something, because she didn't say, Relina, identify yourself, so he knows where to sit. Just go sit by Relina.
I mean, she probably is a very famous person.
Not to him. He's a guy here from the colonies.
Yeah, but her father is a representative from the colonies, vice something other.
So you're saying he should identify the father, not her.
Yeah. Oh, the famous scene, yeah. He's here to do a job, not fall in love.
And not one person in the crowd spoke up about this or anything. I'll kill you. Sorry, it's the beat drop, right?
Yeah.
Episode could end right here and it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
An asshole.
And yet he's supposed to be the hero.
I mean, I just imagine if there's no Gundam subplot and this was just a high school drama. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I also do really like the ending song here too.
Yeah.
Just Love, I believe.
Yeah. She's being like very tomboyish in this.
She's being really stupid. Like she pulls a rhino's tail. It's just like does nothing. It's like you're gonna get killed. Oh, also 2 lions, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, clearly by the episode, I remember apparently way more than you do.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe because it is my first Gundam show, that anything I remember about Gundam always gets a reference back to this.
Yeah, the whole thing with the dog, yeah.
But yeah, kind of the same thing with you and our G-Quicks reaction where you couldn't remember side 6. It's just, I guess, some of the basics.
Yeah, this is stupid.
You.
Yeah. That rhino should have killed her.
Well, I mean, this is also not a real thing.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it never happens in the show. So, just, I guess, implying Relina's life before or after.
Yeah.
連合軍マリーナは大部隊を送り込んできた。だがオズのゼクスは新型モビルスーツキャンサーを使って確実にガンダムを捕捉していた。
その
前にガンダムを破壊しなければならない。しかし深海の闇にもう一つの G の影が現れる。新機動戦機ガンダムウィング第2話死神と呼ばれるガンダム。
Yeah, I know the Oz suit names are always easy to remember because, you know, Leo, Aries, Cancer, they got the theme going on.
Yeah.
Unlike other shows where it's just like unthemed pseudo-Japanese names.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess that doesn't apply to the Gundams or anything. Algies doesn't follow that.
No. Yeah, I mean, I guess when I saw it, I'm not saying it's bad, but it is very it is campier than I remembered.
Well, I would say it's campy. I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is, but camp is a different quality. Like schlock movies are camp.
Cheesy?
No. I wouldn't call it cheesy either. It's over the top. I just don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Camp is a very specific form over the top. Like action over the top is schlock. Camp is something else. This is overly dramatic, I would say.
Yeah.
The I'll kill you scene, which is just waiting tick for tick to be able to do something. Like, I can't move until she's about to cry. Oh, she's crying. Yeah. I can wipe the tear away. And until then, I can say I'm going to kill you. Like, there we go.
Very staged.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Every moment is overly dramatic. Like, I'm going to talk about how we're losing resources, right? And how are you going to prevent that from happening? Pause a beat. And you only care about the material resources, huh? You don't care about the people at all. Pause a beat. What do you mean? That's what I'm saying. We're overly dramatic. You're pausing to wait for reaction time.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. Obviously, it is of its time.
No. But it is something like, it's a thing that if you, I can see this someone looking, I think which is why Wing was very popular in the States, but it might have been not so popular in Japan because, it feels like that might be like, well, this doesn't feel like the Gundam I know, right? Although Gundam certainly has those elements as well, being overly dramatic, but they try to be a bit grounded too. Like, people are, the cadence and everything else. So I guess this is like people might watch this like, what? This might feel like the Mach 7 of Gundam, right?
No, look. Stop shitting on Macross 7. Also, I'm going to say...
I mean the tonal shift.
No, it's not even close. It's not even close. I'm going to say I'm not going to try and guess why people in Japan might not have liked this as much. Other people have done that. I'm not going to either pull anything new from that deck of cards, or I'm also not going to have any insight, so I'm just not going to enter that field. I'm also going to say the benefit here is that a slower person is not going to be able, or is probably not going to have a problem figuring out people's motivations. Everybody is so over the top, and they wait so long between their interjections on one another. I think that guy has a problem with that other guy. Like, it's definitely going to be known. We're not going to be like, I think Durandal's evil. He grins a little bit. It's going to be, I think this guy's evil. He just shot another person and kicked them out of an airplane. Yeah. So, again, the element here is that it's less subtle. There's not going to be a long discussion about what we think a character's motivation is. They're going to give us a speech, and we're going to know what their motivation is.
You want to know who I am? Okay.
Let me give you the next 20 minutes of the episode. Interspersed with cuts of what other people are doing.
Let me. Okay. Page 5. I'm in page 5 now. Just try to keep up.
That's what I'm saying. We're not going to be. I don't imagine that our note sections for this show are going to be that all encompassing, because it's literally going to be, oh, I thought that was obvious. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I thought that was obvious. All right. And mostly, I think, and if we have any notes, it's going to be us arguing about what could have happened about stuff. Like, I think Zex could have won. What do you mean? I mean, again, though, this is one of my favorite Zex scenes because I don't really care that much about the later stuff of him and Hero going back and forth, or I don't really buy in. I don't buy in. I just don't really care that much about the Epyon versus Tall Geese. No, sorry. Epyon versus Wing Zero arguments. It's like, I'm a bigger fan of Tall Geese than I am Epyon. Epyon was cool back in the day, but I've seen a lot of Gundams since then. And the one Gundam with a whip isn't that cool anymore. It's pretty small, too.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Goof did it better.
yeah. You said goof. I thought you were saying it's a goof. It's a joke. That's like no, it's a goof.
Well, it's literally it's a goof.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I think all of them are cool in their own way, right? But then they have that specifically created to have this one toy kind of feeling, and I think that's also no reason why it's like, all right, that's
legit. All the toy commercials that we saw back in the day on Toonami for this show. But I mean, there's also just the element of that I've always been more of a fan of the characters than the Gundams or the mobile suits. So my constantly said thing, I'd love a Gundam without any Gundams in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the fights are always just typically a backdrop to either buy time, have a cool scene. There's never really that much important happening when a Gundam fight is happening.
Yeah. There you have it. First episode of Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
All right. Well, once again, I've been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?